It's been a wild 48 hours for you. How are you feeling about being an NHL draft pick?
It's pretty surreal, I think, just looking back and, I guess realizing just how much work I've put in over the years and how many people have contributed and, helped me reach my goals in life and helped me to have that success. I'm very thankful for everyone and obviously the work continues and it only gets harder from here on in, but, I'm pretty excited.
It's no secret you're hoping to be drafted in round one. You're sitting there, you've got all the hats. You're hoping to be on national, international TV, and all those teams just pass you by. So what was it like on that Friday night for you?
Yeah, I think it was a lot of, waiting a bit and almost expecting. There's a few teams that seemed really interested. Boston was one of them. I think there's a few other teams in my range there, like Vegas and Montreal. And so, I think it would have been pretty cool to go to, one of those teams as well. So, especially Montreal being my favorite team. But, once it kind of, once Montreal, picked their player and it kind of got to one of the last few picks there was, I think Chicago was the last team to pick in round one there. I kind of knew, hey, I think my day is going to be tomorrow. And obviously I was a little bit disappointed. I had a little bit of family over that night as well, just in case, I was drafted in round one, but obviously I think it was just tough to come out and see all my family. They know how much hard work I put in and obviously things aren't going to go your way every time, but I think the draft is just a number and it matters what you do after. So.
Were there some words from mom or dad or somebody that was there to try and pick you up at that point?
Yeah, a little bit. It's not like I was solidified, first round pick or anything. So, anything could happen, right? I think they were just, at the end of the day, I think they were just proud of me and how much work I put in, and it's finally starting to pay off. And I think Friday night was a bit tough, and they just kind of comforted me and made sure that, hey, like you're a great hockey player and you've worked so hard, and obviously there's a lot of great other hockey players out there, and obviously to be drafted in round one would have been nice, but I was lucky enough to be drafted early on day two.
This is far from the first time that you've been slighted or snubbed or told you're too small. So how do you bottle this up and move forward? Just
motivation. It keeps me hungry and makes me want to work even harder and love the game so much more. I already more than I do. It just makes me wanting to. Sorry, my phone went off there.
Phone's blowing up lately, man. I get it.
Yeah, no, sorry about that. Just basically makes me want to, work so much harder and whether it's staying on the ice after practices or shooting even more pucks than I do. I'm always going to keep that in the back of my mind and make sure that, hey, I'm not going to be told no or I guess told that I can't do it or make it to the NHL, because I know I can, as long as I put in the work and stay focused, and I'm not going to let my size hold me back from anything.
Eyes on the camera. Okay, buddy? Let's go. Marty Hastings here outside New Leaf Produce Market with my new best Herman. Look at the camera, pal. Stay on your feet. Herman is paying us to do this commercial, but he said this. He said, Marty, on one condition. I do not want to be in the commercial. And I said, Herman, that is complete and total hogwash. You will be in the commercial. Because I won't let him be sheepish. Not when all of his produce is edible art, and not when it's a hyper-local labor of love from his family farm, Heffley Farms. And not when he sources seasonal product from more than 40 of the best regional suppliers, like Newfeld Farms in Abbotsford, British Columbia. I had to see it for myself. Nothing like a good road trip. In you get, Herman. Ma, yeah, yeah, but let's go. Get me some sour keys, pal. No peeking, Herman. Oh. Help my goodness, Steve. Are these strawberries ever good?
You're quiet today, Herman. Want some corn?
Have a bite, Herm. Oh, and yes, it's true. A lot of people have asked me. They say, Marty, is he awkward on camera? I say, you're darn right he is. But this is a quality man who deals only in quality produce, and he has to be seen. Right, Herm? Okay, bud, last chance to make the catch. Let's go. Embarrassing.
You're going to hurt Herman.
And you told me already that Tom Goulardi called you and he told you that they tried to trade up to get you. So this is an organization that does want you. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, I think it means a lot. Obviously, they were pretty interested in me, and yeah, I think the connection there between Kamloops and Dallas is strong. So, I think it kind of worked out really well that way because, obviously with Tom being around both organizations quite a bit, I think Dallas can have a good viewing on the next few years and how my career is going to play out, I guess, in Kamloops, and then kind of go from there type thing. So, it was nice to chat with Tom, and I was just lucky to, I guess, have a phone call from him and speak to him.
Tyson Galloway, longtime friend of yours, pretty much best buddies still. You get drafted on the same day. What was that like?
That was really cool. Me and Tice have been best buddies for the longest time now. So, we've played together all the way, through minor hockey and in spring hockey, and I guess to now, be drafted on the same day together, and two Kamloops hometown boys, it doesn't happen too often. So I think it was pretty cool, and I'm just really happy for him, and he's such a great guy, so he deserves it.
How much are you looking forward to what you might be able to do in Kamloops with the Blazers over the next couple of years?
Totally. I think that, as much as I'm excited to go to, the Stars camp and kind of feel it out, we have something really special here in Kamloops, and, I think we have the team to do it, and the skill and the character here, and really great group of guys, not just because we got a skilled team and a good lineup. I think it's just the people that we bring in, they're all great kids and want to work hard and put in the extra work. And, I think when it's a little bit different when there's a few guys putting in the extra work, but then, when you see the whole team staying out after practice and shooting pucks or working on, little things to better their game, I think it's really cool to see. And I think that's something that our coaching staff has stressed, and players like myself, I make sure that, hey, let's all be accountable here and make sure that we're working hard, and it's going to pay off. I know it will. So,
is there something interesting that happened on draft day or in the last couple of days that you haven't been asked about that you think might be interesting, people might want to know?
Yeah, I mean, a few teams had reached out to me and asked me about, I guess, like little details, like how, have you had your 2 shots yet? I don't know, when was the last time you've been in the States, and just little things like that. I mean, besides that, it was a pretty, nothing, I guess, out of the blue for me. Yeah, I mean, there was no teams that gave me a heads up. I didn't know that Dallas was going to choose me right up until that moment. So there was no, I guess, there's no notice to that. Like I had no clue that Dallas was going to choose me. So
right.
All I knew is that our power went out. Actually, that's actually something interesting. Our power at my place in Lower Sahalie, our power went out right before the round, the day 2 started, and we ended up not getting the power on until I was on the phone with Jim Nill of the GM of Dallas. So he was literally phoning me, and next thing you know, the power turns on. I'm like, oh well, that's great. That's great timing. Like I was asked to set up the camera again for them to film my reaction of being drafted, and obviously that couldn't happen because there was no power in our house. There was no Wi-Fi, but luckily I was able to log in through NHL.com, and I was watching it on my phone live. And then right before Dallas was about to pick, I think the feed on my phone is a bit slower than what it was live. So my phone just went off crazy, just, hundreds of texts and messages. And then I was like, oh, okay, well, I think Dallas chosen me. And then next thing you know, it happened. So they were on the clock. And then I looked over at my phone, and my agent had texted me. I had a few friends that had texted me. It said, congrats, like, you're going to Dallas or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, it was almost a sigh of relief kind of. And then I was like, okay, awesome. Like, Dallas has picked me. So, we all just kind of erupted in our living room, and it was pretty exciting.